everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about the transition from university life to work life. I recently finished 2 years at the company that I was working at, and I just thought that I would share with you my experiences, how I found the transition and what I've basically learned in the process. So I matriculated in 2013. And then in 2014, I started my first year at Stellenbosch University, where I studied a BCom degree in management sciences. I did not forget. And I majored mostly in accounting and financial management. I did a bit of economics. It was an interesting experience, I must say, because I was far away from home, which I didn't entirely mind, because I was in the Western Cape as well, and I love the Western Cape. I actually wanted to go to UCT, and my mom was like, no, I've been to Stellies, and Stellies is nice. I was like, oh, okay, fine, let me go there. It was a really interesting experience. So my final year was supposed to be in 2017. I say supposed to be because there was an issue with my credits, subjects I had to pass and so on. And so come 2017, I'd passed everything, but I was still outstanding a few credits, which I needed to do through UNISA, which I successfully did. And as most of you would know, I'm a graduate. Yes. I graduated last year in December. So in that year, I got very nervous and anxious, and I thought to myself, well, I'm about to leave university and I'd really like to be employed when I leave. So what am I gonna do to actually make sure that I get a job? And so one of the things I decided to do was to join or enroll for a graduate program with one of the, what do they call them, like a leadership institute at varsity. So I enrolled for that, and one of the requirements there was for you to get a shadowing gig. So when I went back home in June, I hunted, and then I found a company in Centurion where I shadowed the managing director for about 2 weeks. It was a financial services company, so your insurance and all of that kind of stuff, which I found to be interesting. So I finished shadowing, then I got my certificate for the graduate program, and it really gave me a bit of insight into the industry that I wanted to get into. So what then happened was I was attending a church at school, and I met a really awesome lady where I used to serve in. It was a media section where they sold like CDs and books and pens and all of that stuff. I served there, and I met this wonderful lady from CRC Cape Town. And she, in my final year, she approached me and she said, you know what, my husband works for this company and they're looking for a graduate. Do you want to apply for the job? If you're interested, here's the link, do your thing. So I was like, Lord. And so I was like, yeah, sure. And then I applied for the job. One of my interviews I did while I was still in Stellies, and I was supposed to also attend an open day, it was an open day, which I couldn't go to because I was writing my exams. And then when I got back to Pretoria, I went for the second interview, and they told me that I got the job. It's like I was happy, but also a bit nervous because obviously it was my first job, and like, hey, working is serious. Okay, it's not like a joke, it's serious. So now we're getting into the workplace. Okay, so my one of my biggest challenges personally, and it might honestly have just been a perception thing, was I struggled with my age so much. Like, I can't even begin to explain it, because the thing is, where I worked, there were some young people in the beginning, some of them, quite a lot of them eventually left, but there were quite older people where I worked. And so what I then struggled with was just, do I have a voice? Do I have the ability to, can I speak? Can I add something? Obviously I am not very experienced and I don't know as much as they do, but can I? And oftentimes, and that's why I say it was a perception thing, because oftentimes I would be required to do things, in my mind, and I was like, because I started there when I was 22, yeah, and I'm just like, sorry, you want me to do it, you know, like what? But I struggle so bad because of that conflict. You need to go into a workplace with a learning attitude. If you're gonna go into a workplace feeling like, hey, I know everything, I got my whatever from wherever, no, it's not gonna work. It really isn't gonna work, because even it's how you then put yourself out is how people are gonna then treat you in return. You know, they're gonna be like, this person, you know. And so you need to make sure that you go into the workplace with a I want to learn attitude, you know. And it's something that I only learned towards the end of my stay. I no longer work where I used to work, and so it's something that I learned only towards the end, where you need to find a perfect balance to say, I am there to learn. Most definitely, I am there as a sponge, and I'm there to soak up every single thing that I can get, you know. But there's just like a certain balance to it, where you're there to learn, but you're not there for people to walk all over you. You're not there for people to make you, you know, they're skivvy or whatever. You're not there for people to undermine you because of your age, even, you know. You're not there for that. Even maybe the color of your skin, your gender, people, you're not there for people to treat you that way. There is a certain level, no matter how old we are, there's a certain level of respect that each of us have to offer to the next person, you know. So you're not there just to be that carpet where everyone just wipes their feet on, you know. So it's so important that we find that balance and find our voice in standing up and putting our foot down and saying no in a respectful manner, but no, I can't do this. You're expecting me to do too much. How do I, you know what I mean? So the next point is just about self-discovery. As you heard, I studied a BCom finance degree, and I found myself in the education space. I was not a lecturer or anything. I was a student advisor, but obviously it wasn't in anything that I had studied. You know, and that's where the learning comes from. Like, doesn't matter, but you're there to learn and to grow and obviously add value to the business, you know. But it was all about personal discovery. It was so nice. Like, the manager that I had was so amazing. And you're so blessed if you really find people like that in the workplace. You are so blessed, because these are people that you're there to work, and you need to work, and you need to deliver. But I also still care about you as a person. What do you want to do? What is, because it's the beginning of your career, and I don't think anyone really thinks, you know, I don't know, it does happen sometimes, but people who care about you and who you are and what your desires are and what you want. And I'd also discovered it during the last few months that I was working there, you know, that when people talk to you, and they talk to you from a point of, hey, where you are right now, you know, but not from a place of, where do you want to be, and therefore I will advise you in this way, you know. So that's why I'm saying you're so blessed when you find those people like, yeah, so blessed. But it is a journey of self-discovery. So in what I mainly did was that customer service kind of stuff. You know, I was on the phones, but also as a student advisor, I was taking care of students, like from beginning to very end. And I would, you know, just be with them, and just, I feel like just being with them and doing what I needed to do with them really solidified my passion for people. I've always had a passion for people. I had a rough patch in my working career, which really, I feel like, made me forget who I am and the things that I'm passionate about. But that really reignited that fire in me for the passion that I have for people, and in finance, and just discovering how I can merge my passion for people with finance. Because like I said before, that people think, investment banking, investment what, and you know, all of that kind of stuff. Not to throw shade, I'm just saying, you know. But I really took a deeper thought into, how am I going to get this done? How am I going to put those two things together that I'm passionate about, you know? And you know, I realized, and I decided, you know, I'm going to explore development finance, because it's such, it it makes my heart so happy when I think about it. And I found out about the development finance, and I was like, yeah, sis, so that's what I want to go into. And in this whole process, in all these 2 years that I've gone through, that's what I've discovered, that's what I've found. And so it's a journey of self-discovery, honestly, because as much as we are an employee, we are still people. And as much as we're working for a company and trying to help it grow, we are also still people who also need to grow. And so, honestly, it is all about balance in the workplace. All about balance. Lastly, I just want to make you aware there are different personalities in the workplace. Some people there are different personalities in the workplace, different kinds of people that you meet. You are in varsity, you're with your friends are so pretty, your friends are so nice, your friends are so cute, and you hang out together, but honestly, I actually feel like university is the break, and then we go back to like high school because there are people who will bully you in the workplace, like I said, people who pretend or behave as if you're there for their needs and all of that stuff. There are people who will bully you in the workplace. There are mean people in the workplace, believe it or not. There are really mean people in the workplace. Fake people in the workplace, people who pretend to be one thing and then they're another somewhere else with someone else. There are people who cannot keep things to themselves in the workplace, and it's so easy because you spend so much of your time there to feel like, I found someone, I found people, but they will burn you. Some of them, they will burn you so badly. And I'll go back, balance and caution, and my cousin was saying to me that she's so afraid that with the experiences that we have in the workplace, it might even teach us to be so hard, to feel like I trusted someone, they betrayed my trust before, now I'm not going to trust anyone else because I'm afraid that they'll do that to me, and it's really all about balance and feeling people out and sussing people out, not in like a suspicious way but just feeling people. Honestly, those people will never go away. They are always there. You need to stay true to who you are. You need to stand your ground and zithande, girl and boy, zithande. Because if you don't love yourself, ain't nobody gonna love you like you love you, except God. But ain't nobody gonna love you the way that you love you. So you really need to put yourself first. Honestly, not at the detriment of other people, but you really do need to put yourself first and be aware of these things. Besides all of this, working was my first job. My first job was an awesome experience. I learned and grew so much. I met so many people, and I would not change anything for the world. Though some of it was painful, uncomfortable, scary, I would not have changed it for the world, because I would not be this person that I am right now sharing all of this with you without that experience. So I am totally grateful. I personally cannot wait for my future endeavors. I cannot wait for my next job opportunities. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for me, honestly. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that really what was said here was meaningful to you. I hope that it will help you. If you haven't started your first job, if you have, I hope that this was very insightful. If you have gone through your first job or are still going through your first job, please share with us what your experiences are, what you've learned, and what advice that you have. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content, and I'll see you later. Bye.